And I'm one of the only people that remember being a baby. And when I say a baby, I don't mean like an infant, like a newborn. I mean like a toddler. Because I remember, I remember when I was a baby. I remember being one, two, and three. I don't remember a whole lot, but I remember being. I remember enough, you know. Um, I think the first memory I have as a baby was I turned 1 years old, and my mom invited a few people, invited a few of her friends, and they friends had kids around my age, and um I remember her having like this small cake, for me. And I remember having on a yellow shirt with some jean shorts and some New Balances tennis shoes. That's what was in style back then. And I remember I can picture it. Like I remember being in the kitchen and looking at my mom and her friend talk, and I was sitting in my uncle's lap. I guess I was tired from a big, from the big day, and I fell asleep. That was the first memory I ever had. I don't remember being like an actual newborn though. I don't remember that shit at all. Um, I remember going to daycare. Yeah, I remember going to daycare. My mom had like a old Honda. Um, I remember my uncle using it, and while he would use it, he would go pick me up from the daycare too. Every day I used to go to daycare. I remember I remember being in the daycare, and I remember being like sad because I hated taking naps. And so because of the fact that I hated taking naps, I used to like when you lay the babies down on the mats so they can go to sleep, like everybody else would be asleep, but I would be, looking at the door, for like hours and hours and hours of the day. And I remember just being sad, like, dang, like I can't wait till my mama, come home, because you may be laying down for like I don't know how long, man, and you don't take no naps. So yeah, you a baby, and you at that time I wasn't really talking, or at least not no full sentences. And you had just later, till she come get you. Well, until it was time for nap time to be over. It was depressing, man. I remember it too. I remember I remember cause my mom had a 1989 Honda. That shit was old. It was like 7 or 8 years old when she got it though. It was the Hondas that you had to remember, the Hondas that you once you turn the car on, the lights will pop up. Like and I remember always being in the car with her, always being in the back seat. Um I like uh I remember because by me being in the back seat in the booster seat, you would hear music and stuff, and I had certain favorite songs like remember that Juvenile song, that back that thing up, girl, you looks good once you back that thing up. Use a big five with me. It was new at the time, and I used to like it. I used to like the beat. Yeah, I used to like the Ja Rule song too. He had some stuff. Used to come on back then, and music back then was good too. I was a baby though, and and like I don't know. I remember my mom working for. She had like a little. It was like a little summer gig where they give out free lunch in like certain poor areas of the neighborhood. You know, when you go to the park, if you're from the hood, you know what I'm talking about. Like they give out free lunch every Sunday. I mean, every like 5 days a week for the children for the summer. It'd be like, you know, like a little bullshit sandwich. I mean, it's good to give away though. You know, it's something like a little bullshit sandwich and, you know, some juice and some chocolate milk and stuff. And she had like a gig, you know, where she was one of the people serving the kids at the park, you know, for the summer. You only had a job for like a month or two, you know, for the summer while the kids are out, so they could, you know, some kids don't really eat at home, so that's good for them. I used to always love that chocolate milk though. I don't know what they used to put in that chocolate milk, but that shit used to be good. Yeah, man. Free lunch had the best chocolate milk, hands down. I could taste that right now. I used to love that the meal in general, like the sandwich, all that shit was trash. I used to only want that chocolate milk. She used to bring that shit home sometimes. She used to work at this place. My mom, another thing I remember being a baby was she used to work at this place called Kyoto's. I'm from the South. I don't know, like I'm from the United States of America, but what part I'm from, I'm from the South. So I don't know where y'all from. Like, you know, like some places they'll have, like they may have where I'm from, but they ain't got it where y'all from. But this used to be this place in the 90s, in the early 2000s called Kyoto's. It was basically like hibachi food. They used to sell like Japanese food, like teriyaki chicken, rice, shit like that. Back then it was called Kyoto's, but now it's called Seasons of Japan. I don't know if they got it where y'all from, but anyway, my mom used to work there back when it was called Kyoto's back then though. And you know, she used to work there and she used to bring the food. She used to bring, I think like every day she used to bring a plate home, a couple of plates home. And I remember just sitting on the floor eating it with the spoon in my hand, just eating it. I didn't like all that onions, but I couldn't really tell her that because I was a baby. I couldn't really, you know, mentally say that shit. But, you know, I ate it. I ate some. It was good. I used to eat it. You should bring that shit home every day. It used to be good. I remember myself as a baby too. Like, I would get mad when I get sent to certain people's house. You know what I mean? Like some people's house, I would cry, like when she have to go to work, and like she might leave me with her friend, I might cry. Or if she leave me with my grandmother on my dad's side, I probably wouldn't cry. You know, some people I would cry at, some people's house I wouldn't cry at. You know, it's like if you had some children for me to play with, you know, I was fine. Or if not, then you need to at least have, you know, me watch some, you know, television, some shit I like to watch. If not, I was gonna cry. I remember being somewhat like quiet. I couldn't really talk yet. You know, I couldn't talk yet. Um, I was diagnosed with a bunch of. I keep looking up the word autistic. I'm not really quite sure if that got something to do with mental disability. I don't know what autistic means, but I could be autistic. I was diagnosed with like over 5 things when I was like 15 months old. You know what I mean? I was quiet. I was quiet, man. I was bad in a sense, but like it's like I was quiet. I really didn't say shit at all. I was quiet, man. I remember one of my uncles when my mom, when nobody was home, I guess he was watching me, and I couldn't really talk. So I guess he felt like it was time for me to eat something. And I remember him, you know, boiling like a hot dog, you know, and he put that shit on the plate and he picked me up. He picked me up and sat me in front of the TV and put the plate in front of put the plate in front of me so I could eat the hot dog. And I put my hand on it so I can eat it. And as I looked up, I remember the group NSYNC that Justin Timberlake was in. That music video, Bye Bye Bye, was playing. Yeah, I was little. I was a baby, man. I remember being a baby. I was calm. I was just really, really calm. I remember me exploring, like me just like walking around in the living room, me walking in the hallways all day, every day. I was daydreaming back then, just like I do now. But when I was a baby, I don't know what the hell I was daydreaming about. I don't know what the fuck I was daydreaming about, but shit, I was cool. I might make a part 2 to this, but yeah. I wish I could just hug myself. I wish I could just go back in time in the 90s when I was a baby and just, hug myself, give myself some type of love and affection. Just show him that my, baby self that, I'm the future and I do care about you. Then tell them about what's gonna happen and all that. Tell them about what's gonna happen in the future and all that. You know, I was a calm baby. I was cool. I may get into some stupid stuff here and there. Like I heard a story about how I was knocking the bells off the Christmas tree and I kept doing it and I got my ass beat for doing it. Yeah, I got into some shit here and there, but I was calm as a baby. I was cool. Can't make this video too long. I love y'all. This is all I want. I just want to share this with y'all. I love y'all. Be safe. Bye bye.